something from their season. Likewise at Utrecht as well. They've had a really up and down time of it. European competition probably affecting them as that swung it off. Brilliant save. That is a magnificent save from Pais, the former Utrecht goalkeeper. That's so close to being another goal from a corner. Here's El Kadiwani. More pressure, and there's Van der Horn. Another great chance. Van der Horn puts it wide. He can't believe it. Well, two great chances in the opening 2 minutes. And you'd back Van der Horn to score there. Carlson's cross. It's Van der Horn, I think he was onside. He's very relieved to see that drift wide. And there's the earlier effort on goal. It was brilliantly kept out. It was Hurman's header. Ran into the side today for Nkwanda. So two big let-offs for Ajax early on. And it will be a feature of the match, set pieces inside that Ajax penalty area. Well, Utrecht could have been ahead before Ajax had got out of their own half of the field. Here's to Van der Horn rather, to Erdhazen. Kept in on that far side. Westerland. Van der Horn, who had that big chance a moment ago. Rosa is there. Chance for Ajax to make something of it. Carlson is back. El Kadiwani is such an influential player for Utrecht. Carlson loses out. Mokio goes down. His second goal just calmed everything down for Ajax on Thursday. Passing the ball into the net from outside the penalty area to give Mr. Garcia's team ultimately a comfortable win. There's Bowman, kept in by Berghuis. Touchline on this near side. Shadow, it was tight ground. With the throw-in. Ezekiel, the leading scorer from Utrecht, got a bit lucky there. Closed down by Omekia. Ezekiel is on loan from Feyenoord. An excellent season. A big part in creating the first goal in the Cruyff Arena 2 weeks ago. Ezekiel picks it up. Keo steps in. Now Ajax. Bakia. Berghuis. Lots of space, wants it. Finally found. And taken down. Free kick. And immediately check players around the referee. We know the threat of Mika Hots. See there that De Witt clearly took the ball. Berghuis has a go. Seem to have the measure of it. He would have stopped it, that'd be inside the post. Not much of a wall from Utrecht. I didn't realise it was too far out for the shot, but it certainly wasn't. coach of Ajax next season. Jordi Cruyff involved in that, in the signing. All the names, Michel, who's the coach at Girona in Spain, was relegated yesterday from La Liga. Rocchio, Montegai. Pinched by El Karouani from Berghuis. El Karouani on that left foot of his. Pace equal to it. Games for Utrecht, Martin Pace. Karouani. He's been the main creator for Utrecht this season. Directly involved in 22 goals in all the competitions. Marcelo Rosa, Brazilian. And as far as Carlson. Alan Berghuis. To Dolberg. It's a rather theatrical dive. Referee not interested. Away by Barkas. As far as Stepanov. Has a bit of the Highland look about him. There's a sign. Stadium Galgenberg the other evening. Who needs Haaland when you've got Stepanov, the 18-year-old? Brought in on loan from Leverkusen in January, scored 4 goals already. Guy with the cross. Cut out by Erdhazen. Pass to Bowman. Stepanov back there. David was also involved, but Dolberg has it. Karouani with a chance to clear. Bass, shown by Stepanov. And Rocchio just beginning to put some passes together after a difficult start in which they could have been 1-0 down inside 2 minutes. 2 great chances for Utrecht. Uddermans with one of them. Ezekiel with the pass forward, just finding that space. Kathleen with the cross. Looking for De Witt. Carlson at the back post. Can't keep it in. On by Dolberg. Easily tidied up by Vesterlund. In January, came here and lost 2-1 to Volendam. Ajax drew here against Volendam 1-1 earlier in the season. Rocchio's in there. Guy. Bass on that far side. Trying to play their way out. Up for Dolberg. Those supporters on the far side not agreeing with the referee's decision. Ezekiel. And the horn away for Stepanov. Kathleen. Back to Carlson. Is action for Carlsen. Quite sure what to do, almost in two minds. Rosa for Ajax. Outside to Berghuis. Field for Hotz. Nearly for Guy. Able to recover it. Chance for the cross. Looking for Dolberg. High foot. Foul. Free kick. Pretty generous decision that from the referee. Carlsen at the other end trying to trick his way through, and Bowman pinching the ball. Teenage defender, debut against Telstar in August, not lost in any of the 11 games in which he started or come on in the league and Champions League. Hit the Karuani by Barkas, regular in that Utrecht goal all season. Signed from Celtic in 2022. Dolberg with the layoff, given away to Fekir. This is Guy. Berghuis with a shot. Marcus there. The cleanest piece of goalkeeping. Bobble there, went to save it and look back at the turf. Pitch has been used 3 times in 4 days, but looking decent order. Carlsen, cut out by Guy. So the man down, Dolberg's down. Bowman. Klassen rather. There was not much in that. Certainly the area of his face that he was clutching was not the bit that was made contact with. So 15 minutes gone. It's been rather cagey since that fast start by Utrecht. A couple of shots from Berghuis. 2 excellent chances for Utrecht inside the first 2 minutes of the game. Bowman gliding forward. Out to Guy. For Berghuis. By Erthazen. Step on, trying to back his way through against Mocchio. To Rosa. Klassen. Gear for Berghuis. Now Hotz, if he can find it. Get it out from underneath his feet. And the horn away. Shot on target, this from Bowman. Barkas that time. Solid piece of goalkeeping. And by Bowman. take the ball there. Ezekiel option ahead of him. Now Vesterlund. Despite their struggles this season, have had the second best defence in the Eredivisie this season. Utrecht the fourth best defence. Both matches were tight in the regular season. Utrecht winning in stoppage time a couple of weeks ago. Utrecht early in the season. Borman needs to be careful. Vic was right on his shoulder there. To burst forward for a year. Nice little flick there, but Carlson rather was able to pinch it. Potts lean across to close him down, trying to close down the avenues for Potts to run with the ball. He's been such a successful dribbler this season. Here he is again. There with a foot in, pushing the ball on Berghuis. Gone. Ajax with 55% of the ball, 45 Utrecht. Fairly even so far. Utrecht not really threatened, simply a couple of minutes. Both sides at the moment just finding it hard to find a way through. Out to Hotz. Always has to scurry. Here's Vesterlund. Hotz's cross. No big horse to aim at today. Not for now, anyway. Dolberg in today. First there doing his job against Stepanov. Carlson, Rekier. challenge. Dolberg on the floor. Hip area. The referee saw nothing in this. Look as if he signalled for the drinks break there. And Dolberg did look to go down it too easily. Warmish afternoon. It's not stultifyingly hot. It's a warm afternoon, so as we'll see in the forthcoming World Cup, breaks in both halves. Chance for Jans to make a tactical point or two to Stepanov. He's not really got in the game so far. Sebastian Aller on the bench for Utrecht, former Ajax player. Such a good goal-scoring record with Ajax in his brief time there. And that's for later. Well, this was a great opening for Utrecht. Hurlemans' header might well have been partial goalkeeper, partial defender. Showing you these highlights because we're in a hydration break, as it's known. That's something we'll see in a few weeks' time when the World Cup gets underway. These two teams competing for a place in the qualifying rounds of the Conference League. And they will be in action, one of these two teams, only 4 days after the World Cup final. What it does mean is that the advantage when you start the season, but also have that aspect. Players playing a lot. It's a second game for Utrecht, and I think their European matches did affect their league form. And here's Ross, a chance to cross inside the penalty area. Seemed to overrun it, it's gone out for a goal kick. He didn't take the opportunity when it was there. Just hesitated for a moment in front of those Utrecht supporters. Shielding it, and fouled this time by Van der Hoorn. Just following him everywhere. Van der Hoorn, one of several former Ajax players in the Utrecht squad. Nick Vierhaver on the bench today. He's leaving the club at the end of the season. Another. Danny De Witt as well. Victor Jensen not fit today. Difficult season with injury. Another former Ajax player. So looking to make more of an impact this time. And Bowman. Pass to Hotz. two around him immediately, gets the ball. Also made the run to take one of them away. Popular decision that with Nicky Svesterlund. He does foul him. Creator, directly involved in 32 goals, 17 more than any other Ajax player this season. Chance to create something here from the free kick, potentially. No, it's Berghuis. All sorts going on inside that penalty area. It's the attacking team. The defensive team, and look at that, he's dragged down on the edge of the box there. Get a defensive free kick. And the horn forward to Kathleen. Handball, looked like it on the far side. Kathleen allowed to go on, tries to take on Rosa, uses his strength well. And another corner. And this is where any danger to that Ajax goal has come from. These early corners. Kariwani goes across to take it. Hurman's got his head on it last time from the right side. Kariwani under that crossbar. Team with pace, but it's a bit too close to the keeper. Ezekiel loses out. Does he foul his man? No. A few in the ground disagree with that one. Fekir just rather throw himself to the ground, but definitely gets a nudge from Ezekiel. He's now with a lay-on to El Kariwani. And Hazen back to Balkas. Half an hour played, tight game after the first couple of minutes with that early flourish from Utrecht. Spins away. It's back to Hazen. Cut out by Gai. By De Witt to Kathleen. Excellent, but Ross is there. Bit there, clipping his man. Free kick. clear yellow card offence there from De Witt. Rossa making that point to the referee. So the referee made his point to Rossa. Speculative ball, but it's worked nicely. They've just stopped in the pitch there for Dolberg rather than skipping on. Hots to Berghuis. Cut out by De Witt. Is looking solid at the moment. Again, two men around Hots when he gets the ball. That's only as far as Eerdhuizen. Here he is again. Stepping off down. Able to control it. He wants the free kick. Ajax playing on. Hots. Dolberg. Pinging around inside the penalty area. Where's it going to break? Dolberg there for a moment. I thought he was going to go down. Back to Bass. Plenty possession for Ajax, but the Utrecht back line has kept them at arm's length. Dolby then nearly getting inside the penalty area, but chances that Ajax have had so far have come from shots from outside the penalty area. Bass, it's a good ball to Hots. Across to help Westerland straight away. Mocchio. Hots tries a run. Too many bodies there. There's been the throw in though. Comes for it. Now Bowman. Well, Barkas was scrambling for a moment. But then Bowman that far away. Among the substitutes today. On to Dolberg, who replaced Weghorst. As the half's gone on, Ajax have looked a bit more likely. Much threat from Utrecht. solid at the back. Shots then across looking for Rekier. Chance for Bowman. She comes off an Utrecht head rather than Dolberg. That's the closest they come from inside the penalty area. Scored at Bowman this season. Stepping off. Not much support. Lots of bodies around him, just a bit too much to do. First time he's really got on the ball. Ukrainian. Nice layoff from Dolberg. Here's Klassen. Rosser bombing forward to his left. In for Dolberg. Oh, Rosser's shot. Fine save from Barkas. Rosser there just drifted inside the penalty area, completely unmarked. And that's the best chance for Ajax in the game. Another fine save from Barkas. We saw it on Thursday evening. This was Stepanov at the other end. 5 for company. He wanted it. Here comes the corner then. And Rekier gets underneath it. Kaluani, he's been carrying on a bit in this first half. Playing at Carlson, complaining there at Stepanov for not passing. Carlson earlier, he was complaining for not making himself available, not making the run. Early summer's day, but some tension around this ground. Ajax, pressure on them to qualify for Europe. They were banned in the 1990-91 season. They weren't in Europe as Stepanov takes it on, but the referee's already blown for a free kick. They didn't compete in Europe in the 1991 season because they were banned for a year, but the last time they failed to qualify was in the mid-60s. Last 5 minutes of the first half. There will be some stoppage time because of the hydration break. Kathleen. Potts on the run. As Bass, Rekier, Bass to Mocchio, Kaluani back. Poorly done from Yori Bass. direction of Dolberg, headed out by Van der Horn. He's got a lot of possession, not being able to find the right cut of the key at the moment to unlock that Utrecht defence. Well marshalled now, Bowman. That chance a few minutes ago. Dolberg holds it up. Mocchio. Well, summed up Ajax's first half. Breaking down on the edge of that Utrecht penalty area. There's confirmation that he was onside, and then Mocchio, it's a bit too much on it. Header on. Van der Horn stepping in. Now, 2 more minutes at the end of this first half. Left of it, rather down. Caught in the crossfire there, that challenge between Udemans and Klaassen. Sebastian Haller. Every chance that we'll see him later on the field, especially if it's a long afternoon. Remember, extra time of penalties available. For it, does really well. Berghuis appealing to the referee. Magia gets back. Stepping off on the left side. And then Ezekiel. And we're into stoppage time. At the end of a very tight first half. Doing really well, just behind Ezekiel. Nicely taken down by Dolberg. Here is Dolberg. There's too many bodies around him. Westerland able to allow that to go out for a goal kick.
0. Ajax Amsterdam 0.
Rensko, Heerenveen.
Del primo tempo, ricordiamo che in caso di parità ci saranno i tempi supplementari e eventualmente anche i calci di rigore, ma ci sono ancora di mezzo 45 minuti in cui può succedere di tutto. Ovviamente li seguiremo insieme qua, i tifosi dell'Ajax arrivati qua a Volendam a sostenere la squadra di Amsterdam.
Con su afición en la tribuna. Bonita la playera, está rojo con blanco, aunque hay de todas, hay algunas hasta retros que aparecen por ahí. Estas señoras se la están pasando re bien, tomando el sol, tomándose su cerveza. El ambiente muy familiar, muy tranquilo en realidad. Estos son los que ven parados el juego como se veía el fútbol hace muchos años. Pero mira, todavía en estos pueblos, en estas ciudades pequeñitas, pues te puedes dar ese lujo, Pepe.
Bueno, pues ahí está entonces. Todo preparado. A ver qué más va.
Here we go then, 0-0 at the break. Something's got to give. From Ezekiel, Kathleen can't control it. Bass steps in. On from Grechia. Out to Gay. Utrecht made a quick start in the first half. It's looking to do so at the start of this second. Berghuis. Back to Bass. Rosso wants it. Hops, who's been actually well marshalled. Rosso trying to battle his way past Kathleen. Out to Hops. Klassen. Rosa. Friends trying to transmit that message to the players. Everything's going to be all right. Here's Rosa. Hots. Westerland is there. Hodeman's rather is there that time. Westerland's been with him for most of the match so far. This is Bass. Kenuani up against Berghuis. He pinched one off him in the first half, not quite there. Throw into Ajax. Cash forward, behind that Utrecht defence. El Kerouani with the clearance. Here's some space, possibly. Closes pretty soon. And then Strong. He's a very promising young defender. When he's played, Ajax have done well. Berghuis, that far side to Gay. Cross deflected Gets behind for a corner. Dealt with by that Utrecht defence. Hayes got it away, gets back to his feet. There's Hots lurking on the edge of the box. Berghuis to swing one in. Might break for Mocchio, deflected in behind. Not sure he hit it cleanly. The only other evening was Sweet from outside the box, almost passed the ball with power into the net. Second half starting, the first half ended. Jordi Cruyff watching on. Fascinating to see Ajax's summer transfer situation. There's that guy that didn't know. Brilliant save from Barkas. Well, it's another fabulous save as Utrecht go on the break with El Kariwani. Stepanov against Gai. Too much on that for Ezekiel. Frustrating to make that sort of run and then get that sort of pass. But at the other end, it looks certain that Ajax had taken the lead. It was Bowman with the header that Barkas. Fabulous save. Strong hand to keep that out. Didn't just push it to the left, he pushed it out. Keeping his side in the game. Fine save from Rosa, now one from Bowman. Utrecht, very early on, not really being seen as an attacking force. On, giving Utrecht's defence to hurry up. Means the turnover for Ajax, they've won it. I wonder whether Ajax just sensed something here. Rosa to Hots. Hots with the layoff to Mocchio. Left foot. Oh, has that gone in? Just wonder whether that might have bounced down over the line. It does not. So close. Well, they are getting closer. Onto that left foot and so close. Go that close. I just wonder whether Jordi Mocchio will be able to continue. George Steer is so he's getting his shirt ready to come on. Well, so close to putting Ajax into the lead. That'll be his last intervention in the game. So another look at it. Stepping in on that left foot. almost perfectly struck. You can see he lost his footing, and that caused the problem. So Mocchio is coming off, and Sean Sturt is coming on. The other evening, victory against Groningen. First change of the afternoon. So one teenager replacing another. Frustrating for him. See that ball clip down to the side of the bar and then pick up the injury. Unusual thing to do. Injured while shooting, no one around him. Coming on, straight to Stur. Mason in. Well, it's been all Ajax in this second half. Over. Just emphasising that point that whenever he gets the ball hot, Vesterlund or Huremans are very close to him. Stur. Turn out. No, just a bit too much on it for Guy. Nearly worked. Debut this season, his 6th appearance on the bench, 14 starts in the regular season. Well, Ajax is pressing there, has forced that throw in. Just wonder about the wisdom of that. Pressure on that Utrecht goal. That Beckhorst might be on his way. Here's Rossa with the throw in then. Away by Van der Horn. Stepping off, he's not really got in the game, loses out. Here by De Witt, and Berghuis steps in, all a bit scrappy on the edge of the penalty area, but now it might fall for Hotz. Hotz's cross, Van der Horn away. Here with a shooting chance, that's a really good block. Took one for the team there. It's De Witt with the block. Here there was lining it up. Here's Stur. Max just sent something. Klassen. Stur shot Barkas. Garcia is liking what he's seeing at the moment. He's just stepped it up a bit more pace to their attacking thrusts. The ball as well to Hotz. It's a good run. Where's this going to fall? Berghuis with a shot. Putting their bodies on the line at the moment, Utrecht. Guy sends it back in. Vesterlund, well, he probably could have let it go, but safety first. Well, the pressure intense. Time for Sebastian Haller. Now space for Berghuis on the edge of the penalty area. Behind Steur. Vass. Guy. All the way through. No touch inside the penalty area. Not quite accurate enough from Guy. Thunderbolt last weekend. Being hit the bar. It's the closest Ajax came to winning that match. The ball has barely been in Ajax's half in the second half. Berghuis away by Erthezen. So Nick Vierhaver's coming on as well as Sebastian Haller. Two former Ajax players coming on. Stefanov is not really got into the game. It's been a tough afternoon for him. That's a natural substitution, like for like, Haller for Stefanov. Nick Vierhaver. And they're coming on for Utrecht, perhaps. Yeah, just sensing. Has to make a change there. Possibly Ed Hasten's got an injury. Vierhaver to the left side of that Utrecht defence. His final match for the club. His goal-scoring record at Ajax, 32 Eredivisie goals between January 21 and July 22 before he moved to Dortmund. And that's the man who's shot from outside the box, nearly broke the deadlock on the side of the bar, just to the wrong side of the line as far as Ajax is concerned. An hour played, extra time. If we don't have this game settled in 90 minutes, Rastel just manages to get the ball from underneath his feet there. They need to change the flow of the game because the ball is just coming back and coming back. Steur running into a cul-de-sac potentially here. The football match turns into a wrestling match. It's pinched by De Wit. Kathleen now trying to smuggle it away. WWF a bit earlier, holding at De Wit as well. Barkas has been the player of the match so far. Saves, Utrecht. Haller keep that in. Just about. Yeah, not happy with it. Been seen as an attacking force in this second half, Utrecht. Haller wants it and gets it. Overman's in. And Horn forward for Kathleen. Down the line for De Wit. Here steps across. Slip there, Fekir. Not happy. Referee not happy either. The back chat from De Wit mainly directed at Fekir. not made the most of it. Stefan Ricky, pressure back to Pace, who's barely touched the ball in the second half. Norman carries it forward. A decent ball as well. Guy should keep it in. He takes the corner. Rafael Kariwani. So clear, close to being deflected in, and also appeals a handball as well. It was Hotz's shot. Still on the line there, diving away to his left and trying to head it away, and there was the potential handball. Vierhaver, his arm was quite close to his body. Immediately around the referee, but saying the arm was tucked in. Utrecht had just been just about hanging on in this second half. Another close moment for them there. And that's his corner. Van der Horn just inevitably with the header away. Away from home. Good ball forward as well. Finds Regier. Too much on that for Berghuis. To take some of the sting out of the game, slow it down a bit. Haven't been in it in the second half. They've got a lot of defending to do. Keeper Hotz. Westerland is there. Holding in that incident. Rosa. It's really well to win it back. Klassen's ball. By Van der Horn again. At the midway point of the second half. The side has found the break so far that would take them through to a Europa Conference League second round qualifying tie in late July. Tries again. And the Horn again. .30 in terms of possession. Ajax dominant and with the chances as well, but cannot find a way past Barkas. 15 shots, 5 on target. This This is Rosa. Rosa's cross. Caruani away, and as far as Hots. It's a disappointing one from Hots. Past the halfway point of the second half. It's time for our second hydration break on this warm early summer's afternoon. Different sort of hydration on the terraces. Just a lull. Crowd goes quiet for a moment. They know, everyone who's here today knows that something's going to give somewhere along the line this afternoon. Some penalty shootout on this ground yesterday. Trey put their place in Eredivisie for next season, winning 5-4 on penalties against Volendam, whose ground this is. Well, the second half has only gone in one direction. It's been Ajax pressure on that Barkas goal, but Barkas has stood firm, and the Utrecht defence managed to repel the Ajax team. So Utrecht making another change. Adrian Blake is on, and Jesper Karlsson, we haven't seen much of in this second half. He is the man to give way. So Utrecht have made 3 changes now. Blake, Vierhaver and Allaire on. And there is Blake. Downside from Watford in 2023. Only 20 years of age, 6 goals in his Utrecht career, 2 of them this season. So Barkas restarts the match. He will not be beaten so far. 20 minutes or so left of Ron Jans' managerial career, possibly another half an hour. Ezekiel forward for Allaire. Ezekiel, high foot there. Bowman appealing for the free kick. Down by Hots. Ezekiel steps in, he was fouled. Sarcastic applause there from Dani de Wit. Gunnerman's looks like cramp. Making a change. Benida coming on for Lucas Rosa. Correction, that change, 43 for 2 is a FC Utrecht. Giwi is coming on, Rafik El Abgiwi. Horemans. Here's Kathleen. Chance of the cross. take on the edge of the penalty area. Over the free kick. Really well fired in, and an Allaire miscuing. What an opportunity that was. Their best moment in the second half. Van der Horn initially looked as though he was going to get on the end of it. And Allaire, the ball came to him before he realised it. And then it could have deflected in. Some of the threat from Allaire. Vierhaver. More bodies going down. It's been a very stop-start passage of play. Flicking his fingers into El Karouani's face. So here he comes, Weghorst. On the bench today. Been feeling that well the last few days, that's the word anyway. Herb Carrizo is also coming on for Ajax. As the game stutters along. And that drinks break, had 2 injuries since, to Goedemans and to El Karouani. In a way it might be just what Utrecht wanted, just to break things up a bit. Dolberg's still on the field. Weghorst and Carrizo, the Argentine, his changes are imminent. At the moment we are heading for extra time. Allaire, that chance a moment or two ago for Utrecht. Best moment since the early minutes of the game. Kiwi to Vierhaven, 2 substitutes combining there. Zekiel and Van der Horn. Westerlund. Kathleen. By Hot, but only as far as Allaire. Kiwi. Fine ball to that far side for Blake. Blake's cross headed down by De Witt. That change there with Weghorst on for Dolberg. Steven Berghuis is coming off as well. Ajax have made 3 changes now in 2 lots, so they can make another change. Utrecht made 4 changes, but they've made those in 3 batches, so can't make another change before extra time. Long from Rosa. Weghorst on the chase up against Van der Horn. Westerlund back from Rosa. Stur, Klassen, Weghorst. Geary away. Alex looking to find that fluency they had in the first half of the second half. All those breaks just interrupted the flow of the match. Stur. Klassen. Blake for Utrecht. Ball to the ground. Lays it off El Karouani. On for Blake. Utrecht looking to counter. Allaire bursting inside the penalty area. Blake behind El Karouani. All that effort for nothing. A chance for Ajax to counter. Weghorst was offside, he slipped over. Inside the last 10 minutes, should be a fair amount of stoppage time, and the game has stopped in the last 15 minutes. It's beginning to show a bit more, but I think they're running into a cul-de-sac. Let's have it again. Good ball for Carrizo. Weghorst's layoff. Stur. Rosa, that was optimistic. See what was on his mind, but degree of difficulty high. A long season, warm afternoon, possibility of extra time. Maybe some tired minds and bodies out there. This goes the full distance. Played 6 more matches than Ajax this season. Player down. Stur. Hots plays on. Van der Horn. Given away badly. The initial control there just not good enough. And Ezekiel forward. Blake, El Karouani. El Karouani's cross. Where's this going? Allaire. Side footing it wide. Just opening up that right foot a bit too much. Sliding across it and wide. Come on, that's 2 chances. So Itakura is about to come on for Ajax, for Fekir. outside that penalty area. Al-Karouani there, Ezekiel's there. And the Horn will be one of the targets, but Allaire is also one of them. Now, that looked like a corner. It's a goal kick, is a decision from referee Lindhout. As well. Frustration there from Yuri Bass. Pinned in by Kathleen. And there's flick on. On the break, Carrillo. Strong challenge from Ezekiel. Very happy to play on. Now Hot stepping in field. The Hall on the stretch behind for a corner. Change. Ria off. Itakura on. Fourth change of the afternoon for Ajax. Chance to make something from the corner. Played by Stier there. When you got Weghorst on the field, corners potentially do become a threat. Let's have that feeling for most of the afternoon that sides are going to be involved in the long game. Probably about 8 minutes to do something about that. Possibly more. De Witt. He can't control it. Finished by Stier. Well, nice skill. He's playing Ezekiel. Kathleen. In for Allaire. Klassen. As far as Agui. Ties up. Off to Vierhaver. It's all rather frantic at the moment. Just unable to get their foot on it and play. Blake spinning away from his man as well. Trying to get his head up, pick the pass. Ezekiel. De Witt wants it inside the penalty area. He's not going to get there. That's on the counter again with Carrillo. Hotz is making a run for him. Here is Hotz. Weghorst is in the middle. Hotz's cross. Cascane. Fortunately for him, Weghorst wasn't that close to the ball. Stewart recovers it. Rosa. Itakura. It's camped in again. Hotz is crossed. Weghorst. There's a lovely ball in from Mika Hotz. He's picking the run. Frustration shared by Hotz and Oscar Garcia. Second best defence in Eredivisie against the fourth best defence. It's 0-0. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go. keeps keeping it in. Fouling his man. It is. We're going to get 6 additional minutes. Needs to be confirmed. Feels about right. There have been, we had the hydration break and some injuries in the second half. There could be more actually. Ezekiel to El Karouani, showing his willingness to get forward on that left-hand side whenever he can this afternoon. No joy so far though. Dakota, Weghorst. And to Carrillo. And he's taken that down well. Here's Carrillo. Hotz. I don't think Hotz realised what was on his right shoulder there. Crowd, home supporters appealing for a free kick. Hotz. It is a free kick. Away by De Witt. Right, 90 minutes nearly up. There'll be a bit of stoppage time, but Ajax here in pursuit of the goal that would take them through to Conference League qualifying next season. Hotz over the ball. Not like that. So easy for Barkas. So confirmation of 6 minutes. And then extra time. If extra time doesn't settle it, then penalties. Down for Allaire from De Witt. Out to Blake. Blake shot! Oh. For a moment I thought that was going to settle in the far corner. Jan's getting excited as well. So nearly pinching it right at the end. Kathleen does well. Back to Westerlund. Cut out by Bass. Going to Kura. 4.5 minutes left. Asking a lot. Down for Klassen, off to Stur. Pass to Bowman. Weghorst. Down for Klassen. Brought away by Argewi. And to Ezekiel. flow to it until it clipped the heel there of Ezekiel. Utrecht with extra time so close, wants to give it away, get to this late stage. Vierhever, Giri might stay in on that far side. It does. El Kariwani's cross, De Wit can't get his head on it. Stur. And that's going to be a yellow card. De Wit coming in at the back post, and then possibility of the breakout. Rafik El Alghoui not taking any chances, takes the yellow card. Minute and a half to go. Bass. Weghorst in some space there for Klaassen. Not sure that was a cross or a shot, but no one on the end of it. Temper's beginning to fray on a warm day. Kathleen hits the ground. Much in that from Yuri Bass. This was the moment here, Klaassen bursting through. It was a cut back, but there was no one there. So perhaps one last chance from a speculative free kick. He's trying to hold a high line. Carrizo. Weghorst ahead of him. Kathleen working hard to get back ahead of Stur. Now that's it. Well, there was a sense of inevitability about it, despite Ajax's strong showing in the first half and the second half, but Barkas kept them out. Sporadic attempts from Utrecht in the second half. Ajax have controlled the ball, they created chances, but not been able to take them. And so we go to an additional 30 minutes after 90 in the Crash Stadion in Volendam. It is Ajax 0, FC Utrecht 0. Well, this will be a test of both sides' mental and physical energy right at the end of the season. A warm afternoon. The original kick-off time for this match was 6 o'clock in the evening. Kicking off at 12:15 for security reasons, and played in warm sunshine throughout, so both teams just taking a moment or two just to recharge and get the fluids on board. At the main moments of the first 90 minutes of the game. This happened early on. Header from Hurreman's off the line, and Mocchio and the keeper combining. And it wasn't over yet. Carlsen's ball in and headed wide by Van der Hoorn. Backed him to score there. Perhaps he was just a bit more into the game. He might well have done. At the other end, Long throw, and Buhlmann pulling it wide on the volley. Into the second half, and Buhlmann again, it's certain to score, but Barkas with that excellent save. Utrecht looking to break out, but not making anything of it. In the second half, they were far more likely. This was probably the closest, well, it was the closest they came. Mokio injuring himself as he put one against the underside of the bar. That was his last involvement in the match. Davy Klaassen towards the end, a chance to shoot, cut it back, no one there. So 0-0 it is. Ajax have been strong defensively under Oscar Garcia. That's their 6th a clean sheet in 90 minutes in 10 games. And a bonus 30 minutes for the spectators who turned up today. Not necessarily what the players want.
Okay, remember my words at the beginning. Stay right in the same situation. Same situation. Yeah? This is what matters. We are here all together. If I don't arrive, another one will arrive.
Oscar Garcia's team talk. We're here all together.
So let's finish this. Okay?
Let's finish this. Stay together. There's 90-minute team talk in English. Spaniard, Ron Jans, I'm sure, a bit different. Ron Jans' managerial career. Extra time at the end of this 52-match season for Utrecht. The need for a penalty shootout, which of course brings some drama of its own. Carrillo, relatively fresh. Second half substitute, played that much since he joined the club from Velez Sarsfield in the season. Some players inevitably have been on the field for 90 minutes, including Hots. Rosa's another one up against Westerlund. There's Carrillo leaping. Blake, one of the substitutes, can bring it away. Challenge from Guy. This is Stur. No way through there. Vierhaver blocking it off. Klaassen. Ezekiel slowing it down to a walking pace. Louis. Ezekiel. A bit forward. Now they're back. Ball over the top for De Witt. He's asking a lot, two for company. Gorman launches one in for Weghorst. Vierhaver half away. Weghorst onto it. Now Hots. Hots' shot. Just about from Barkas. The first one he's parried today. Fortunate just to see that go half a metre in front of him. A bit of drama, the players tired and unwilling to take a risk. See how this pans out. Van der Horn looking for Blake. Cut out by Guy. And Carrijo. Shifting it forward to Weghorst. On for Klaassen. Looking to keep it in on this near side. For Carrijo. Across comes Vierhaver. Sometimes collisions like that can lead to a penalty. And they're just fractionally late, but Vierhaver timed it well. Hots. Cut out by Blake. And they're back there. Mr. Cura stepping in, no foul. Allaire is down. And the free kick is given away. Foul on Klaassen. About to make another change. Takehiro Tomoyasu is going to come on and replace Yuri Bass. Hasn't been used a lot. Second appearance from the bench, only 2 starts for the 27-year-old Japanese defender. Arsenal signed for £17.2 million from Bologna. What's his free kick? Looking for Weghorst. Might break for Klaassen. Breakthrough for Ajax. It's Davy Klaassen again. He did it the other night. And he's done it this afternoon. And after 100 minutes or so of football, Ajax have breached that Utrecht defence. Not much emotion from Jordi Cruyff. And that is a significant goal, unless they find an offside there. Really good finish from Klaassen into the ground, into the corner. See what it means to that Ajax coaching staff and Ajax bench. Davy Klaassen with his 8th goal of the season, 2 of them in the playoffs. Confirmed. So Utrecht, what have they got? Peugeot. Utrecht are going to make a change. Mikel Larcon, the Spanish striker, is going to come on. Cathleen's going to come off. A tangle on that far side. And it's been a highly competitive match. Mikel Larcon. Known from Porto, started his career at Barcelona. Cathleen's worked hard. Utrecht need something, need a spark. And the horn clears. Larcon with his first touch. Also there, nudged him over, free kick. Well, they sense their team is going to salvage something in a hugely disappointing season. We're not used to days like this, the end of the busy seasons. Competing for place in the Europa Conference League qualifiers. Slim pickings when you consider their goal is the Champions League. Gone down the line. Haver with a cushioned header. Just under 5 minutes left this first period of extra time. Blake. Optimistic there from a bit. Free kick. And they'll be used to their team turning Ajax over. At the moment, this is the goal that settles it, or could settle it. Klaassen and a cool finish into the corner. Ezekiel over the free kick. Now Blake. And there with the header, trying for a goal kick. 55 years ago in amateur football for Ron Jans as a coach. First pro job was in 2001 as an assistant at Emmen, Groningen and Heerenveen, Standard Liège, Pek Zwolle, FC Cincinnati, FC Twente. Highlight for him was Pek Zwolle's 5-1 cup win against Ajax in 2013 in the Dutch Cup final. Not just winning, but hammering Ajax. Well by El Algiwi. And the ball to Alarcon. Looking for the bit too much on that. Expecting 2 minutes of additional time at the end of this first period of extra time. Ezekiel forward to Allaire. Out to Blake. Blake's cross. Fumbled by pace, but no damage done. Bad ball in actually from Blake. Skipping through. To Weghorst, Klassen the goal scorer. Touch to control it. And the cross. Potts against the bar. That would have sealed it. There's Rosa. Potts tries again. Not quite so close that time. Second time Ajax have hit the bar today. Barkas getting a fingertip to it. It's a brilliant save. Almost certainly would have been a done deal for Ajax. Carrillo skipping forward. Fouls him. A minute left of stoppage time at the end of this first period of extra time. Kaliwani slides it forward for Blake. And Hots on the charge. Carrillo rather on the charge. And for Weghorst. Weghorst and Carrillo there saying that Carrillo was blocked off, couldn't go for the return. seconds of this first period on for Larkon. Next comes Tomiyasu. That is the end of the first period of extra time. No chance to take the throw in. And Ajax through Davy Klaassen lead the match and are heading for European qualification if they can hold on or increase their lead in the second period of extra time. Let's take another quick break. David Klaassen, who's done it so often in the past for Ajax, has done it this afternoon. Third spell with the club, 33 years of age. Finding the bottom corner of Barkas's net. Now seemed fairly relaxed. Relaxed start was this afternoon in the Clash Stadion. Tension down on that Ajax bench. Oscar Garcia desperate not to fail in his task to get Ajax through to European qualification next season. He says if they do qualify, he believes they can go on and win it, which is a bold claim in the Conference League next season. Getting a massage to get him through the last 15 minutes of the game. Time was when teams were expected just to turn round at half-time. It's one of those accepted hydration breaks. On their faces. Small band that have come from Utrecht today. Not many spectators allowed in because of the restrictions on this ground. A longer turnaround than we normally expect during extra time. Referee taking into account the conditions this afternoon. And Utrecht now, the onus on them to summon something, an extra effort in this extra time period. So Utrecht get us underway in the second period of extra time. A goal down. Extra time penalties on this ground yesterday. The relegation playoff, the Conference League playoff. We might not need those penalties today, thanks to Davy Klaassen. Unless Utrecht can produce something in these next 15 minutes. El Kariwani, back to Ezekiel. Energy have they got left of it on the field the whole match. Kaliwani with the header down. Alarcon and then Ezekiel. Oh, what a goal! He's levelled it up. That same bottom corner. And they will not go away. They have caused Ajax so many problems this season already. And Ajax pegged back in extra time. Klaassen found the bottom corner. And now Ezekiel has found the bottom corner. And Lacon making a nuisance of himself. And that is an excellent finish. 21-year-old on loan from Feyenoord. He's been a regular in this Utrecht team. Absolutely no chance for Martin Pace, the former Utrecht goalkeeper, in goal for Ajax today. And so it's 1-1. A bit of a spark, but 2 goals, 2 against the frame of the goal. And we've still got 10 minutes left. It's their turn to make some noise. Minutes away from a penalty shootout. Issue to Bowman. To Kura. Inevitably looking for Weghorst. Inevitably Weghorst winning it, but knocked down. Going to a brown shirt. It's Hots. Weghorst. Once again, Rosa. Tomoyasu. Stirs ball in, Weghorst. Darkhands was out, Weghorst was offside. feet from Tomiyasu, finds Stur. By Vierhaver. Ezekiel up to Allaire. Shielding from Allaire on Lacan. Tug of the shirt there on Rosa. Just feeling the effects of playing the whole match. Against Westerland, that persistent battle throughout the afternoon. Westerland getting it behind. Chester for this Utrecht defence. Not that it was necessarily like that, although the plan actually was pretty good for Guy. Guy's cross, Barkas. Guy nearly scored against Hedenveen last weekend with a shot like that. The latest to hit the ground. And the stoppage in what has been a stop-start game. Injuries cramped. Lose Van der Horn. Just over 5 minutes left. Nelson digs it out, gets to the Bowman. Stur offers himself. Takura. Holtz. One last piece of magic from him this season. Like that. Gives away the free kick. Headway against Westerland this afternoon. Stur. Kerouani there in the centre. Alacan pushed wide. A difficult shooting opportunity by pace. Stur. Red course shifts it on. Treviso goes down, but theatrically, nothing to do with that. From Hots, dangerous looking one, really well cut out. Here's Klassen now. Klassen goes down again, roars from the home supporters for a foul. Breaks for Stur, runs into that brick wall. Tomiyasu has it. Comfortable for Barkas. The ball up there, Tomiyasu. This is the moment. Secure getting back. Did have his hands on him, but I wonder whether Klassen was already going down. That's now back of Alarcon in the free kick. Ezekiel spins it out to El Kadiwani. Goal now, surely settles it. There's Blake. Going for company. The way through there, Ezekiel. To that back post, and they're closing in, but behind for a corner. Some very tired players out there. We saw Ezekiel have his legs massaged during the half-time break in extra time. Well, that worked because he produced a superb equaliser, lovely bit of skill. A couple of minutes to force his way through here. Clinch a winner or go to penalties. We know how much of a threat Utrecht have been from corners, especially against Ajax this season. Won it late on 2 weeks ago. So El Kadiwani, some nervousness around, some prayers offered by the Utrecht supporters. El Kadiwani's corner, just overhit. His target was Van der Horn, but he got a bit isolated. One extra minute at the end of the second period of extra time. So 2 minutes just over to go, and then penalties. And by Van der Horn. And is this going to break? Klassen, Stur. Little in for Weghorst. Van der Horn skims it away. Back clear by Westerland. Tomiyasu. Rosa. Asked the question of that Utrecht defence, and there's Klassen with a shot. Really well blocked. That might have been heading into the corner, and then he gives away the free kick. Let's see what he thinks about that. Yellow card for Klassen, who put Ajax ahead. Did this really well. It definitely needed the block there. It was Vierhaver. Kadiwani going down very easily. Klassen getting the yellow card for his protest. Inside the last minute of this arm wrestle of a match, Utrecht not giving it up. Coming back in the second period of extra time. Very soon, the tension of penalties, unless. And ball. Spilling over a bit, the tension of the afternoon, the heat of the afternoon, the pressure of the afternoon. Another one suffering. Well, this might be it. The last minute. No, that's it. The referee deciding no more time. And Ezekiel's excellent low volley into the corner has given Utrecht a shot at penalties. Well, penalty drama yesterday at the bottom of Eredivisie, and a bit more today. So the focus switches to the two goalkeepers. Martin Pace, the former Utrecht keeper, Vasilius Barkas. Right, time for decisions. So, for a bit of research as well. A lot of information to take on board. Don't quite know who's going to be taking them. Penalties are going to be taken in the area of the end where the Utrecht supporters are, just over in the corner there, for safety reasons apparently. So the right hand end of the ground. And both sides just configuring their five, a sequence of five. Of course, you can decide who's going to take them before the match, but maybe the players who were going to take them are not necessarily on the field now. Well, Ajax, this quest to qualify for European competition, and they are being pushed all the way right to what's going to be the last decisive kick of the season. The advantage, just statistically, is often with the team that takes the first penalty. So I'm just waiting for the two teams to sort out who's going to take them and when. And these were the goals. Klassen with the opener inside the first period of extra time. 1-0 to Ajax. And then Ezekiel doing this on the volley into the corner. Same corner. Roughly the same distance. And the man on loan from Feyenoord levelling it up against Ajax. So a few furrowed brows and fingernails being bitten. Thought they had it. 1-0 up in extra time. Trying to control the game. They had controlled a lot of possession during the match. Utrecht in a rare foray, really. They create a lot outside the first couple of minutes, but levelling it up. Now, someone's got to fail. That's the one disadvantage of a penalty shootout. Someone has got to fail. There's always a villain in inverted commas, but it's best not to see it like that. So it's 5-4 yesterday to Willem II with their goalkeeper scoring the winning penalty. Both teams have had their huddles. Final words from the coaches. It's up to those individual players. And 44 games for Utrecht. Martin Pace, his job in the next 5-10 minutes is to keep them out, at least keep out one and stop one. argument here is that David Klassen doesn't want the decision. It's already been taken, apparently, that the penalties can only be taken at one end. Normally there's a toss for end and a toss for who takes the first penalty. So there's just going to be the one coin toss, and that is for who takes the first penalty. Looks like Vierhaver's won the toss, and if you win the toss, you try to take the first penalty. So clearly Ajax wanted a coin toss. The possibility it could be taken at the end in which their supporters are massed. And you have the attempt to put off the opposition when they take their penalties. So Sebastian Haller is going to take the first penalty. So they did win the toss. They did conclude that they're going to take the first one. Teams who take the first penalty in penalty shootouts win more than teams who take the second penalty. Largely to do with pressure. So Haller, the former Ajax striker, up against pace. Oh. Now Pace just holding his nerve. Not the best penalty from Sebastian Haller, not by any means. Didn't really strike it. An early advantage to Ajax. Well, someone's got to miss, and he's the first one. Now David Klassen. Barkas has been superb in these playoffs. Some vital saves. Made some this afternoon as well. Somewhere along the line, he's going to have to save one of these at least. Here's Klassen then. And that's expertly done. Not stopping those. So early advantage to Ajax. In some ways, he's already done his job. Pace has saved one. And the substitute, Bafik El Alghoui. Big pressure moment for him. Well, responds to that pressure superbly. It's an excellent penalty. (1-1). Ajax with the advantage. And penalty to come. So Benkhorst. Restore Ajax's advantage. That's another superb penalty. Top corner, away from the keeper. There's 3 excellent penalties since that first one from Haller. That's the way to do it. And this man's goal has got us to this stage. And he cannot afford to miss, really. Oh, that's beautifully done as well. 4 of the best penalties you'd ever hope to see. And enjoyed that, and so did Ezekiel as well. You don't want to be the man that misses. And he's been so important for Ajax this season. And it's Mika Hots. He's been their main attacking thrust this season. That's one more job to do. Change of plan, but it works. 3-2. Ajax 2 penalties away from winning. Let's see if Utrecht can succeed with theirs. So Blake now. Trying to level it up. He cannot afford to miss. He does not. So Utrecht still alive in this penalty shootout. (3-3). Sebastian Haller, the only one to miss now. Anton Gai, Ajax's 4th penalty. They know that 2 successful penalty strikes from here, and they have 1. Barkas needs to produce something. Anton Gai. That's another fine penalty. Well, they found the corners really well. Well, Utrecht cannot miss this. Kariwani. The final penalty in the sequence of 5. This has got to go in, and then Ajax have to miss. And Kariwani. Oh, fine save. It's Martin Pace who's the hero. And right at the end of the season, Ajax have made it through to European qualification next season. Europa Conference League for them. The former Utrecht keeper is their hero. Utrecht missing twice. And Jordi Cruyff, just a sigh of relief there. He does have a European season to look forward to, and that means so much for Ajax. They never miss out. They very nearly did this season, but right at the end. It's the end of Ron Jans' managerial career, ends in defeat. His team have taken Ajax right to the end, though. That means a lot to Oscar Garcia as well. We don't know who's going to be the coach of Ajax next season. His job was to get Ajax through to European qualification. They hoped it was going to be Champions League, they hoped it was going to be Europa League, but it's Conference League, which is better than nothing, as it threatened to be. Former player missing from the spot. His penalty saved by Martin Pace, who is ultimately the match winner for Ajax. And something for their supporters to celebrate at the end of what has been a tough season. It's been a long season for Utrecht. El Kariwani, who's leaving the club, his final action. It's been a tough season for them. 52 games, extra time in that 52nd. The Apology there from Casing, who going that way, and he did go that way. He's batting it away. So, second qualifying round for Ajax. To guarantee whole season of European football. You still need to qualify for the league stage. A bit of work to do. Get through 3 rounds, but they're in the draw. That's the key for them. They've got a chance. Utrecht, after a tough European season, it probably affected their league form. They miss out. So at PSV, it's Feyenoord, NEC, Twente, AZ and Ajax. The chance to play European football next season. Far ahead for Ajax, a couple of months away. Part of their league pre-season plans. Goes over to the Utrecht supporters on his last day. Emotional day for him after a long managerial career. Took over in 2023. Fine season last time. It looks as though he's going to address those Utrecht supporters. He's taken the loudspeaker while the fans had handed it over to Don Jans, as long as he can work out how to use it. Looks like he's sorted it out. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Just thanking those Utrecht supporters for their support. And needs to get it back to them. Didn't break on the way back over the fence. Oscar Garcia, third coach for Ajax this season. Johnny Heitinga, Fred Grimm.
Ajax Amsterdam. Penalty. Ajax Amsterdam win. Ajax Amsterdam 4, Utrecht 3. Ajax Amsterdam win. Champion, Ajax Amsterdam. Ajax Amsterdam. Win penalty, Ajax Amsterdam. Win, Ajax Amsterdam, champion. Eredivisie, Ajax Amsterdam. Congratulations to Ajax Amsterdam. Win. Final champion Eredivisie. Penalty Ajax Amsterdam 4, FC Utrecht 3. Congratulations to Ajax Amsterdam. And that's